I don't know why I always start these videos having just run up 2 flights of stairs. I get the stuff up here and I'm like, oh, I should make a video, make a bit of content. I think, well, no, I'm not. Over the climb of the stairs. Don't get old, folks. Don't get old. Okay, so there was an online auction. I was looking for government departments that were clearing out excess stock or surplus stock or things they no longer use, and I bought 3 things from that auction for a total cost of, I think, £330 when you include VAT and auction fees and postage as well. So I'm going to open them, see if they are what the internet kind of said that they would be, and if I can make any profit, on the 330 odd pounds that I spent to get them here. So let's check it out. Who you gonna call? Ants Attic. Yeah. We'll start off with these 2 boxes, which I assume 2 speakers that I bought. £145 was my maximum bid, and I think, like brand new, they are around £1,000 for the pair. I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to put up some sort of comparison and like retail prices, and I'll show you what I paid for it from my end. But it seemed like an incredibly good deal. So with the aim is to open a theatre for ourselves. Hopefully that will be progressing soon enough, and having speakers like this should save us money in a full tech install. So yeah, there's a lot of packaging in here. Goodness. These speakers fit that box perfectly, by the way. Always good to get bubble wrap and packer material. So here we go. These speakers, lot 660, 2 of 2. But there you can see, that's a good old heavy duty one. Now, this can either be used in one of 2 ways. You can pop it on a tripod, have it blast out towards your audience, or good thing about these is they can also be laid flat. They can be on the floor and your sound travels out from that direction. Probably you put them on the corner, each corner of the stage, and have the sound blast out into the venue from there. We take off or pull back at least this protective foam layer. You can't see obviously from your angle, but a cursory glance inside seems to show everything's in good nick. So there we go. The thing is, they're sold as seen, so until I can get them into a system, I can't test them. So for now, we'll just say, let's assume they're in full working order. Let's have a look at some comps and what I can look to sell them for if I was going to sell them. As I said, these aren't for resale, these are for the theatre. But this video isn't about starting your own theatre, is it? This video is about reselling. So that was item number 1. Let's go to items 2 and 3. Again, up the stairs. I should have given it a minute, but I didn't. Okay, we're at box number 2. So if those are the speakers, which, great, they were, then this must be a box full of extreme cold ex-army mittens and 14 pairs of Berghaus gaiters. Not alligators, although that would be hilarious. Now hopefully this is genuine ex-army, ex-military stock, but what you're crossing your fingers for is that it's surplus unused. So they've had it in storage and they've had it in storage and it's never gone anywhere. Mate, and by the looks of things, you could sell these as brand new Gore-Tex. Yes, they're brand new and used. It's a bit of a bold test to do that because genuinely, if these had been on a sweaty soldier's hands, you'd know about it because it would stink. You could wash the smell out, obviously, as of course you can with any vintage clothes. But there we go, look at that. Brilliant, extreme cold. You still get to use your finger for whatever you want, but the rest, I can already feel it's nice and warm. Little drawstring there to tighten it around. Oh, these are quality, these. And I think it's one of those ones where you can pop your finger out to shoot your gun. How'd you do that though? Is it in here? Is it there? Where'd you pop your finger out? Oh, there we go. So if you want to go shooty bang bang, I don't really know much about guns, but what I do know is you can definitely pull a trigger in these mittens. Oh goodness, I've just found something that should have been posted when 8th of October. That's an eBay thing. Well, better get that out today. Goodness. Okay, so those are the mittens. Yeah, check out the labels inside here. It's a size medium. You get a bit of information on there. But in here, look, Gore-Tex. That's always a good indicator of quality. How many have I got though? 1 XL. Good, large, big, fat hands there. 2. I'm not even going to count. I'm just going to assume that the amount that I've ordered and paid for are all here. I think I got a good deal on them. If we compare what I paid for them and then the price that I'm going to resell them for, just exactly how much profit there was in this box. So there's the mittens, and there should also be 14 pairs of Berghaus branded gaiters. Now clearly these have been used, so it might be worth running these through the wash, but obviously Berghaus is a quality brand. Should be 14 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the box empty. That should have been, I'm sure that should have been 14 pairs, and even if it was 14 gaiters, that's still 7 pairs. I'm a pair short. 1 pair, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I guess I'll be emailing the auction company to see what happened there. But again, let's just actually analyse what I've got. Used Berghaus branded gaiters, still in very good, serviceable, washable condition to bring them back up to being very good used condition. So let's compare how much I paid, how much profit I'll make on those. Just put all the mittens back in the box and keep the gaiters separate, I think. I don't think I could be happier with those. Like, the condition is good. The sizes, we've got medium. This is a large. I've definitely seen an extra large. What I'll need to do when it comes time to listing these is find out exactly how many of each size that I've got, and then make one single listing on eBay, separate it out by size. And then the good thing about job lots, when you've got a lot of items that are the same thing, is you make one listing with, say in this case, 50 items. Would you rather make one listing of 50 items once, or 50 listings of 50 different things 50 times? And that is why I prefer getting job lots like these. Doesn't work for everyone, but if you've got the space and if you've got the time, I recommend you do that. Right, let's flip over to the computer and wrap this up. So we're back at the computer now. Let's take a look at this invoice that I've paid. I'll zoom in a little bit more, I think, just into these bits, just so you can see. So I paid £145 plus £29 VAT for the 2 speakers. This is an issue because I've paid for 14 pairs. No, it wasn't 14 pairs. So looking at it, 14, okay, individual Berghaus Skywalk Gore-Tex fabric zip-up gaiters. There are, we say it's 6 pairs, so that's 12, so I'm 2 short. Per unit, £2.86 plus VAT, so we'll call it £3 per unit, so I'm £6 short. So what I can do with these guys, because I fully intend to do another auction again, is ask them for a credit note to the value of the goods that are missing. Before I do that, though, I will also count up the mittens, whether I've got 34 of those. To be honest, it feels like it might be 34 pairs rather than 17. So I will get them out. I'll have a count before I write that email. But just to show you there, each, I mean, say it is a pair, costs 71 pence. Now let's flip over to eBay to see what sort of prices I could sell on these items on that platform. So what we're going to do is just pop in exactly what the item title is on the auction. On that auction. And here we go. Listed for £6.50 plus delivery. Listed for £10.77. They're the exact same ones that I've got there. These are the different ones. These are external, so they'd go over gloves, I'm assuming. But these are definitely the ones that I bought. And you're looking between £10 and £15 when you include delivery. So once you take out delivery, say, we'll work off the £6.50. Say it's they're pre-owned as well. Those ones are brand new. So let's scroll down and see if we can find brand new ones. It's those ones. So brand new, we're looking at £20 per pair. Flip over to the invoice, and it was 71 pence, and paid £4.83. So it's still less than £1 per pair when you include the VAT that I paid on them. I did pay £30, as you can see there, £30 delivery for all of those things. The speakers, I think, taking up the most of that £30. So we'll say for the mittens, let's work it out. I'll say £6 delivery. We'll split it 60-40 between mittens and gaiters because they came in the same box. So even when you split that £6 delivery, the £4.83 VAT, and the actual cost of item 71 pence for brand new mittens, we are looking at a tasty profit of, well, I mean, look at this one down here. They're asking £33 a pair there, and that is exactly the ones that I've got. If we scroll over to the side here, we can see ones that have sold, so we can filter by what is actually sold, and you can see there, look at that. Extra large, which I've got plenty of, $27.99, and I've got 34, I'm gonna say pairs. I've got 34 pairs, and I'm gonna be selling them for around, hopefully, that price. I mean, I'm happy to take as low as 20, even £15 on them just to shift them. Pre-owned, even pre-owned, £15, just over £10, say £15 there as well. £17.99. And don't forget these, look at the sell date, and these 29th of September, 30 quid, pre-owned 30 quid. That's insane. So let's do some maths. Let's get the calculator out, shall we? Let's say 34 pairs do sell for, what's the middle of all those I've just said? It was anywhere between £10 for pre-owned. Even the pre-owned ones there, 25 quid. Look, you can see it in the background of the calculator. Pre-owned, £25. So let's say that's our sale price that we're going to aim for on eBay as we move into what is hopefully a Baltic winter, and people will want things to keep their hands super, super warm. That's £850. Now, if we minus eBay fees, which are going to be around, let's have a think, for these, I think I'm going to say 16%. So I'll pay £136 in eBay fees. To post those, I'm going to say it's going to cost $269 by Yodel. So 34 times 269. Oops, I pressed the wrong cancel button. 34 times 269. So there we go. We've got £91.46 to actually post these things out. So the cost of getting these items out to people is, what did I say the first one was? £136 in eBay fees, plus 91. So say 240. Let's round it 240 because my maths isn't going to be that accurate. So 850 gross minus 240 cost gives you a profit on, oh, of course I haven't taken away the cost of goods, which was, if we go back to our invoice, 24.14 plus 483, let's just call it £29. Where's the calculator gone? Minus £29. So that gives us a net profit on just the mittens of £581. Cha-ching! I'm not too fussed about the zip-up gaiters. When we go through that process and there's two missing, I say that. But as I'm saying that, my business brain is going, no. If you do not chase that, you might as well be throwing away £6. And we do not throw away money. We do not do that. So I will count up the mittens that I've got, check that there are 34 pairs, hopefully that there are, let them know that there's 2 pairs missing. Happy with the speakers. We were going to look at the speakers. If I was to resell those, I won't go to as much detail as the EM Acoustics as I did for the mittens there. And we'll also do comps on the Berghaus Skywalk gaiters as well. But let's copy that over into eBay and let's see if any of these speakers have sold. Well, look at this. The brackets for just those speakers were £200. Just the things that hold them in place. There we go. We've got four speakers there that were £300 plus £76 delivery, and I paid £100. I mean, I've paid sort of. We scrolled out. Look at this. That is those speakers. they've sold for oh no, it's not, it's a different one. It's EMS 661, so an earlier model or a lower model, I'm not sure, but still £771 for 2 plus delivery. So for £145, if I was to sell them on, there looks to be around £400 to £500 profit to sell them on compared to the price that I paid. Yeah, the EMS 61 for one speaker, £265, £250. Yeah, and the rest is just not relevant. So I got a good deal on the speakers. Lucky me, lucky me. Let's go over now to the Berghaus Skywalker Gore-Tex fabric zip-up gaiters. That's their family name. That's what you call them when they've been naughty. Full name them. No exact matches, but these are them basically. $15.99. Yeah, that's pretty much them. £20 for a pair, £20 for a pair, £20 for a pair, £42 for a pair. In fact, those ones look more. Oh no, they look the same. They were new. These ones pre-owned. Okay, so I'm looking at around £20 pre-owned, but brand new. Look at them. Look, 53 quid. And of course, as we get into the winter months, people are going to want these. These are winter seasonal items. So it looks like I'm going to be asking, there's cheap ones there, but in the middle of summer, you'd just take 14 quid, you'd take 16 quid. So what have I paid for them? £2.86 per item plus VAT. So we'll call it about £3.25. £3.25, and I'm going to ask for about 20 quid for them. So £3.25 into £20 per pair. Ah, no, so there we go. It's not £3.25 because they're individually priced. So it's actually £6.50. £6.50 into 20. So I'm going to be pushing these sorts of prices. 21, 22 plus postage. So I won't be integrating the cost of postage into what I sell it for. I'll be asking it on top. So £25 all in, minus eBay fees. I will also list these all on Vinted as well. Vinted, whatever you sell, whatever your sale price is, that is what hits your bank account, because all of the fees go to the buyer. Cost of postage and the buyer protection fee. So all in, I'm very happy with that job lot. It's cost me £336 all in when you include VAT and postage to get it to me in the first place. And it looks like I'll be selling all of the items on. I won't be selling the speakers, they'll be used, but if I were to sell those on, it looks like I've turned £336 at a surplus auction into £1,500. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Cool. Well, thanks very much for watching this video. If you want to know more about my process or how you can turn little money into big money, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. But for now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.